Good, and it is Talent Talk. My name is Jurgen Robinson, and have we got a podcast for you? We've got a great guest, but before we introduce our guest, talk about the news of the weekend, we are going to introduce yo boy, Steve Chung.
Good morning. Happy Monday. How we doing?
Well, you know what? I'm doing well, but Steve, we are not alone, are we?
No, we are not.
We also got your friend and mine, Davina Clarity.
Woo! You are not alone. I'm here with you. Oh, wrong song. I'm sorry.
No. As a matter of fact, and holding it down in the back, we have Christina Salcedo.
Whoop whoop.
Oh my! You know, I just realized I zoomed the camera in just a touch. My head is just filling the screen right now.
Looks like I got the middle today.
Yep. Steve is in the middle.
One more time, the pickle in the middle.
Pickle in the middle. Oh boy, here we go. So, hey, as always, we have a trivia question that we start off, which kind of leads us into our special guest. And we got a guest today who's been in the business for years here in the area, and just excited to have him on. Davina is going to be introducing him right when we're done.
Well, what an appropriate topic for today, right? Have you been outside yet, or have you looked outside?
Oh my gosh,
it's raining.
Yes, and that just kind of is right on point with the guest that we have today. So today's trivia question is, and this kind of leads into who it is, but what is the most common materials that's used for metal roofing? Is it A, aluminum and steel? Is it B, copper and aluminum? Or is it C, copper and zinc? I'm sure our guest can tell us who it is.
And we have D, titanium and zinc.
Titanium. What is that one? Ultanium, or I'm thinking of the Avengers. Never mind.
Oh, you're talking about adamantium.
Adamantium. Thank you, Jurgen. How would I know you would have known that one?
Yeah, I honestly don't know the answer to this question, so this will be I have no idea. And we do have, actually one of our office has a metal roof, so not as common, but definitely is a thing, a metal roof. So before we actually go into the guest, though, we did actually have a very full weekend. I feel like it was full as of yesterday, just because the Governor Inslee came down with another announcement in regards to what is kind of like some guidelines for COVID as our cases have been rising. So that has actually had a slight effect, obviously, on our real estate industry and some of the, obviously, in our communities and that we serve as well. So.
And do we want to put that as because the good thing is we had a chance to take a look at everything and really have some good thoughts on it. But should we hold those to after our guests, or what do you think?
Let's get our guests in and out, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on and how we're all affected and how we can get through the season together. So
in addition to trivia, that's the little teaser, right?
Yes, right. So just wanted to mention that we're not going to overlook some of the important things that are going on around us as well. So, but yeah, you mentioned as it's raining, and I even thought about myself. I'm like, ooh, it's raining, the roof. I don't want to come up with hopefully we don't have any leaks or anything like that. But this is a season that we typically tend to find out if our roof is leaking or not. So we love being able to get information and education from our guests, obviously, before we need the information and education. So our guest today is the owner of a local roofing company, he and his wife, and they're parents. They're going through life together. They've been doing this for many years, and they have been a really solid staple in the roofing industry. And so it is my honor to introduce Derrick Presley, owner of United Roofing.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome, Derrick.
Hey, Derrick. Good morning.
Good morning.
Was hoping that you and Jenn would be on with us this morning, but Jenn is doing the homeschool, but the online school thing with the kids. You've got a couple of little ones. She mentioned, I don't know if I'll be able to pop my face in, but you for sure got Derrick. So we're glad, just within this season in life that, we know that life and business still goes on and that you guys are managing through this together. So thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Yeah, and Jennifer Griggs from the Olympia office just gave you a little shout out to Love United Roofing. So
yes,
Thank
you guys are amazing for sure. So, but one of the things that we just as a business owner, we all have our whys and our reasons, but why is it that you decided to start a roofing company?
Well, I started in 1994 roofing, worked my way through school and college, and I got a degree in fire forensic sciences. Decided that wasn't the way I wanted to go, and the economy was crashing, and I was looking for something that had stability, and construction pretty much has the leading indicator for stability. And so I got into construction and specialized in roofing. When we opened up, we specialized in solar and roofing. Right after we opened up, Obama cut the subsidies for the solar. And so it kind of made us retool our business plan to just mainly go roofing until the solar exemptions came back. But they really haven't come back since then. So we're just mainly a specialty roofing company waiting for the option for the solar side of it to meet back up and get back in line with the roofing industry.
Nice. And also, hello, David, tuning in today, Home Renew. But, Derrick, you mentioned like specialty roofing, and if we need a new roof, we know, hey, who do we call? We can call United Roofing. But that's not necessarily just because you're a roofing company. That doesn't mean all you do is just roofs. What are some of the other things that, United Roofing does whether it's roofing or anything associated? What are some of those things?
We do everything from the gutters up. So gutters, fascia, soffits, roofing. We look at the chimneys. We look at all your accessories, skylights, solar tubes. There's living roofs. There's green roofs. We've had a project where we had open flame up on the roof where it was a walking deck, and they had a pond, a pool, and live flames up there. So yeah, all unique facets of all custom builds. So
this isn't one of our questions, but you said something that I just piqued my interest. You said living roof. What is it? I know what a living room is. What is a living roof?
It's a roof membrane that you're able to grow natural vegetation up on the roof, like trees and brushes, and it's literally a living structure.
That normally gets called out on inspections, doesn't it?
It usually does. Yeah.
I feel like I got a living roof on the shed in my backyard, but it's just natural and organic.
Yeah,
the way it happened.
Yeah, it's better to not take the moss and the green vegetation off your roof. Sometimes when it gets so old, you want to leave that on because that's actually acting as your roof at the.
I do feel this way. I don't want to wash it off or get rid of it. I have a feeling as soon as that happens, it's gone.
Yeah. And you mentioned flaming roof. And I was like, the first thing I thought of a flaming roof is like, okay, run, so.
No, it was actually a really cool design. It's out on Johnson Point, and they have tiki torches going throughout the whole rooftop. They have a fire pit in the middle of the roof itself with a lounging area. It overlooks the water. I mean, it's a $10 million plus home. It's a beautiful, beautiful home. And wow. It's one of those things where, the roof system itself took 4 months to build. The structure itself is still being built today, and it's in 3.5 years in. So
wow.
That
definitely sounds like the specialty part of what you're talking about.
Yeah, I will probably never see another one like that, but it was very cool to be a part of that project.
Nice.
Wow. Derrick, with everything that's been going on here for maybe the last 8-9 months with COVID, and with the governor speaking yesterday, how has COVID affected your business, and will it affect your business even moving forward today?
It's It's definitely hard. We have 26 employees. We have to work every day with either maintenance and repairs and re-roofs. The weather alone is bad enough. Now we have to deal with the airborne virus. We have to travel in separate vehicles. So all our vehicles, all 15 trucks are out every day, plus people using their own personal vehicles because we can't have more than 2 guys in a truck. The face mask, when they wear a face mask, it actually slows us down, gives us headaches. We have to move slower. If we move slower, we have to charge more to offset the time that we lose. The added L&I safety requirements for the COVID also incurs additional time and additional cost to each project. I'd say right now, because of the COVID conundrum, I would say on average, each job has increased with every company because of the time and the safety aspects, at least $1,500 a roof, just because of the COVID.
Wow.
Mhm.
You know, before jumping off of this one, is there anything from the announcement? Because we'll talk about specific to real estate, but being kind of a affiliate within real estate, did the announcements from Sunday, yesterday, is there anything that was announced that's going to change what you're doing, or are you pretty much already in line with what was announced?
We're pretty much in line with everything that was already pre-announced.
Good.
It didn't really affect us too much. It's more of the hospitality industry, which is a domino effect for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you did mention, in regards to going out and the services, the service provider, or that your staff is being affected, and all kind of the things that they're doing on their daily basis. And there are a lot of different requests, from like roof replacement to I know that there's gutters and all the components of a roof. What are some of the most common requests that you're getting for roofing services?
It's kind of switched in the last 2 months or so, kind of going into the last stage of the election. Everyone kind of started putting the brakes on and trying to do all the last minute stuff they could do, not knowing the outcome of what would happen. And so we saw a mad rush for that. And then it just went dead because of what's going on. And now everything's getting shut down. So if things get shut down, people's confidence goes down, and then people stop buying, and it's just a slow trickle. We just came off of major construction over the last 3 years. With COVID shutting things down with the plants and the manufacturing, we now have shortages with materials. So not only do we have weather, COVID, and now we have material issues. It's a hard time to coordinate projects, but we're getting through them day by day with my team and trying to source material.
Are you getting are people wanting roofs done if they're making calls? I mean, what type of house calls are you guys doing?
We do all types of house calls, anywhere from saying that the roof leaks and come to find out their pet peed in the kitchen to an actual skylight leak. So we go on gutter repairs. Our most common one right now is probably the exhaust vents for the furnace. The little collar on that tube going through your roof needs to be sealed about every 5 to 7 years. Otherwise, it'll start getting a little trickle leak down the pipe.
Interesting. Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things you're talking about there is just the maintenance and watching over, and roofs can vary on their lifespan. You know that far better than I do. But with a regular roof, I tend to think about roof lifetimes in like 20, 25-year blocks. Is that kind of right in your estimation?
Yeah, it comes down to mainly the topography of your house. So if you live on a bluff, if you live on a lake, if you live on the coast, your roof is going to be battered much harder than anybody else. So if you live in a neighborhood that's got a lot of houses around you, you got windbreaks, you got trees that are blocking the wind, obviously your roof has more of a chance to make it to whatever life you wanted. If it's a 30-year roof, then most likely you'll get close to the 30-year. But if you're having lots of trees around you and you don't do maintenance on your roof and you get all the debris off your house, then that 30-year roof will most likely get you to 20.
Yeah. And, that kind of leads into the question then, when we're thinking about our roofs, it's oftentimes until it's a problem, until we see water leaking or, we have a tree growing on the roof, we tend to forget about it. But if we're really being diligent as homeowners, as even occasionally renters, are there certain timeframes that we should be kind of doing some level of maintenance or inspection? Or, from that professional point of view, how often should we be thinking about our roofs?
Well, believe it or not, most people check their attic space, once a year, twice a year, and it's usually when they go get the Christmas ornaments out of the attic. And so when they go and get the ornaments, that's when they usually see a leak. Those are the people that are kind of proactive. But usually you should have your roof inspected after it's 10 years old, and then every 5 years or so after, unless you know if something hit the house or something like that.
Okay, then I feel much better because I don't look at I feel like I don't look at it often enough.
Jurgen's like, I'm good for another several years. I just need confirmation on that.
I just wanted to feel good, so thank you.
Yeah, no.
I don't think I've ever seen my attic before. So
it's actually just a legend that you even have one.
Right? I'm like, where's the access? No, I'm just kidding.
Derrick, and kind of in the lines of like having your home or roof serviced and inspected, and we talk about like maintenance on there. There's a lot of do-it-yourself treatments available. Just kind of keep it clean, moss off. What's a proper way to clean your roof and maybe treat for moss?
The most popular do-it-yourself homeowner job would be blow it off or sweep it off with a broom. And then you can put tied with bleach dry powder. You can put zinc sulfate. I've seen people just put a copper wire attached to 2 nails on the peak. They all work. It's all hacks, but they work. It depends on how much suds, or if you want to smell tied for a few weeks after you do it. But other than that, it works just the same. It's just the EPA is not as friendly.
Okay.
That definitely is good to know. Now, my husband, he's got this harness. He wants to go. He is sorry, Jerry, I love you, but he wants to be the do-it-yourself guy, and I'm just like cringe every time. So he went up on the roof with I don't know what, and he's got his harness, and he looks like he's about to go bungee jumping. And I'm like, what are you using up there? And I think he was using some type of detergent or something. But anyway, I'm all for the professionals doing it. And the do-it-yourself, especially my husband, love you, but makes me nervous.
Well, I'm almost thinking, if it's really a suds and stuff will do it, we should just put a bathtub on the top of the roof and just occasionally bathe up there and just splash out. And
yeah, and put a fire pit and some tiki torches. Right. Okay. Well, talking about treating the roof for moss and doing some maintenance, I tend to think that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like if it's not leaking, it doesn't need to be replaced. But obviously there are some signs of when you need to replace a roof. So can you talk a little bit about what are some of those signs that we need to look out for when it's ready?
Yeah, the most important one as a realtor, if you walk up to the front door and you get right in line, like how you get at the front door and you look straight up the roof line, so you can see just the peak and just going straight up. If you can see that angle of the roof, and in that angle you see things popping up everywhere, most likely there's some bad things happening. You can see it visually just in that angle of when you walk up. Secondly, if you look out a second story window and look down on the first story and you see it missing granules, or it's cracking, or things just don't lay right because they've moved, those are all signs that it's starting to age, it's starting to wear, it's been rattled by the wind. So fast that we forget, in March of 2017, we had a major microburst that came through Thurston County, that had winds exceeding 180 miles an hour. Our roof systems that we put on mobile homes are rated at 60 miles an hour. Homes are rated at 110 miles an hour. So everybody that experienced that microburst has most likely some kind of wind damage sustained in that storm.
Oh.
So you're even thinking now, like it's been 3 years, and it's possible that some people may not even know that they have some roof damage. So it might be a good time to actually have someone come out and take a look.
Absolutely. We're actually still seeing issues from that storm still popping up. People didn't realize they had damage. They're like, oh, nothing hit my house. Nothing happened. I don't have a leak. Well, 3 years later, they're starting to show signs that wind wore out the shingle enough in that nail, and the water came down the nails, So one thing with insurance, most insurance companies don't cover a storm after it's a year old.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm going to be getting ideas about, but actually, for the you said for mobile homes, like it's rated at like 60 miles an hour. Is that because that's the speed limit?
I do believe it's 55, and so they rate them at 60. Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. Okay. With real estate, and I know we're getting close to our time here. So with real estate specific, we have different loan types, and something like a VA loan, they want to make sure that the life of the roof is got at least 5 years on it. And, inspectors will kind of point it out when they understand. They try to give some help. And then appraisers make this determination on it as well. With that, first, when it looks like there's maybe 5 years left, what are some of the things we could do for it? And occasionally, there's something called a roof certification that a appraiser may be looking for. Just for people who aren't as familiar with the real estate part, but maybe looking at buying a home, or even if they're newer to real estate, could you touch just a little bit on what a roof certification is and what that whole thing about the 5 years is about?
Yeah, roof certification is guaranteeing that the roof's not going to leak for the next 5 years due to the shingle itself. We don't know under certifications, when we issue them, we don't know what the workmanship is. We're not looking underneath each shingle. We're just looking at the surface of the shingle. So how much granule it has on it, if it's cracking, if it's curling, buckled, if the tips are blowing off from being pressure washed. Usually anytime a roof's been pressure washed, the cert's automatically gone because it's reached the integrity of the shingle. We do certifications here. We look at systematically a check sheet of everything for the type of roof that we're looking at, and we go through, and if it meets those check marks, then we'll certify it for 5 years. A lot of times I won't give a certification, but in my notes in my proposal, I'll say roof has at least 5 years of life left. I don't want to give you a cert, but I'm saying the shingle has 5 years of life, but I don't know what the workmanship is. It looks kind of iffy, but the shingle will make it. And so I do a lot of stuff like that. So I'm not here to kill your deal. I'm not anything. I'm here to give you an honest opinion of what I see. And it's up to you to make a decision on which way you want to go with it. But it's really hard to go either way. I mean, we're looking at it subjectively for 10 minutes, and then hoping it lasts 5 years. So there's a lot of things we do look at and to make sure the integrity is there. And that's what we're looking at for any of your clients when they go to buy.
Yeah. No, and it's perforce. As a professional, that's fantastic. It's what's needed for sure. Steve?
Yeah, Derrick, in talking about roof certifications and life expectancy, roof life expectancy, if a roof appears to be in its, let's say, the last 5 years of life, what can a homeowner do to maximize the life of the roof while planning maybe for future replacement?
If I meet with your clients, I let them know. I give them a breakdown, give them some options. I'm like, hey, look, don't do anything now. Start saving your money. You got 3-4 years left. When it starts, the first sign of the next leak you get, give us a call. We'll start planning for something then. Also, a lot of people are on a budget, so it's what size tarp do you want, or waiting for a sale to go through, and they're not paying for the roof, so the buyer's paying for the roof, but the buyer can't pay for the roof until the closing goes through. So it's a catch-22, and we step in, we'll fund the deal, we'll make sure that everything's done, so the transaction can close.
Okay.
Awesome.
And so this is really good. And in regards to being in, because when it's an emergency, like when we're in a transaction and it's something that an appraiser calls out and it's not anything that anyone expected, maybe it wasn't even on an inspection. You guys are available. So if we have questions, like whether it's a buyer or a seller or an agent wanting to refer someone, you guys are your bids are free, correct?
Yes.
So, okay. So someone could just give you a call and you guys can come out and give an estimate and a professional opinion on what's needed.
Correct. Yeah.
That is awesome. So what's the best way? I mean, how are you guys in regards to, wanting to give someone a call? What's the best way for us to get a hold of you?
Best way to get a hold of us is just give us a call in the office, the 915-9116 number. There's 3 of us estimators that go out and look at everything every day, Monday through Friday. If the job is small, the fix is small, and we have the material on our trucks that we go out and bid, we'll just take care of the leak right there on the spot. No bid needed. It's a free charge. We go above and beyond. I treat everyone the same way I would like to be treated. My family's owned many businesses here in town, a lot of restaurants, a lot of service industry, and I've learned a lot of my business sense from my father on how to make everything work and treat everyone right, respectfully, and honest. And everybody would give everyone a handshake, but turn now you can't do that. So
yeah, and Derrick, just the way you gave that number, you were truly a local guy. I mean, didn't even have to throw the 360 in there. So just thinking about that, what is the service area that you really go into, because you do such a great job? You're highly referred. What service areas are you best in?
Our main hub is Thurston County. We go to Pierce County, Lewis, and Mason. On special requests or referral of previous clients, we'll go outside of that box. But just due to the traffic and the construction on I-5 at DuPont and stuff like that, it really restricts our travel time getting to jobs. So, I don't bid in for being stuck in traffic for 4 hours. So, it's one of those things.
Yep, you're over here repping 360.
Yeah,
you guys have been really good to us, I would say, and our clients, and so we really appreciate what you do, and really, because especially when it comes to needing a roof replacement and it wasn't expected, and you look at the spend, and it could really be disheartening for buyers and sellers. So really appreciate the fact that if we're getting close to the end of a transaction, you guys are able to step in and help out, and it not being a financial burden on the buyers and the sellers, and bridging that gap for them, being able to, hold the invoice and things like that. So we appreciate the things that you guys do to help us keep our transactions together.
Yeah.
Well,
and
you guys, we always put realtors as the priority on our list. You guys are what started us. You guys are what drives us. We don't forget where we came from and who we help out and who helped us. And so you guys are our priority for all of us. And so that's why we take tremendous care of you guys and give you guys sweet gifts every Christmas. So.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'm just happy to have a hoodie buddy today. So,
all right. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Derrick, and give Jenn a hug for us. Let her know that we missed her face today, but we really thank you guys for what you do.
Yeah. Thank you all very much for having me, and it was fun. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Stay dry.
Thank you.
All right.
Hurricane at the top right.
I think we're a little bit behind on the comments, right?
Yeah. And Donna, I was not getting any ideas about climbing on the roof. I know what I know my limitations.
Yeah. Maybe it was about putting the tiki torch in the,
No, I think it was I saw the comment Christy flashed up there, and I think it was being a Sherpa on the roof. Yes, copying Jerry.
Copying Jerry. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, it's all good. So our question of the day, which I have no clue in regards to what the answer is in regards to the trivia. What are the most common materials used for metal roofing? Christy, help us out.
Hey guys, my Roomba just started right now. Sorry about that if there's background noise. If it's too much, let me know. I'll go turn it off. So what are the most common materials used for metal roofing? Is it A, aluminum and steel, B, copper and aluminum, C, copper and zinc, or D, titanium and zinc?
I'm going to go A.
All right, A. Steve, what do you got? What do you think?
I think about aluminum roofs.
Yeah, I'm thinking I was leaning C, but then copper is expensive, so I'm thinking I'm going A.
I believe it's Reynolds wrap, pretty much.
All
Yeah.
right, Davina?
Yeah, I think I'm thinking about A also.
I'm thinking about actually throwing just aluminum foil over my roof just right now based on this.
I don't know. I'm in between A and B, but I'll go A. I'll go with the guys.
My Roomba decided to start attacking my cable, and we're back. All right. Okay. So the answer is, you guys are right. It's A.
Yay!
I felt like I was back in my chemistry class. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, the roof on our DuPont office is aluminum. I believe it is.
Oh. You say metal roof, I guess aluminum, metal roof. Okay.
Huh?
So I'm sorry. I was laughing earlier because she thought she was out this when she's crawling.
That was pretty awesome.
Like, that didn't help anything.
It was like a military exercise behind you.
All right, you guys. So we've got a few quick updates real quick, and then we can kind of move on with some other stuff. So before we do our updates, we have a big happy anniversary to Amy Fraser. Happy birthday, Amy Fraser. And just as a reminder, a few things that we got coming up this week. So this Tuesday and Wednesday, we actually have our John L. Scott convention. For our John L. Scott brokers, make sure that you register at johnlscottconvention.com. The next thing that we have is Forms Friday, which is going on this Friday, where we take a form and then we go through it, dissect it, go over some scenarios and situations in regards to forms. We also have our Facebook Friday, which goes on, where we bring in someone from outside the industry to come in and talk about things that are happening, maybe things that you can use within our real estate industry. And then also on Friday early morning at, I believe, 8:15, we have our market update with Jurgen and Davina. They will cover the new listings coming on the market that John L. Scott has, the open houses, and also giving you an update of what's going on within Thurston and Pierce County. So tune in. We got lots of great stuff coming your way as always. We also have a class, a clock hour class, and this goes out to the realtor community. It's a basics of title and escrow. It's a 3 clock hour class that we'll be hosting virtually through Zoom. So if you're interested, go to any one of our web pages and you can actually register for that class this Thursday. And that is the news that you can use.
Awesome. And we will definitely need to wrap. Just within the real estate industry news and some COVID changes. Governor Inslee just brought in yesterday, and Derrick kind of touched on it a little bit as far as our hospitality industry. So what are there are some changes in regards to what's going on now. So starting tonight, there are some changes in regards to just even our real estate. So what we're doing is, the changes are definitely real, but as far as the impact to us, we've been down this road already. So I think we're all much more prepared in regards to like open houses. So we were doing open houses for a time. For the beginning, their open houses were prohibited. Then we went to virtual open, then we could do open, and now we're back to doing virtual open houses again. Yeah. So this is statewide. Open houses will be done virtually, just eliminating the amount of traffic that's going into homes. However, we can still show. There is a limit in regards to how many people we can show, which is 5 plus the real estate agent. So really no limitations in regards to that.
With the announcement on like Saturday that he was going to have a press conference on Sunday, which moved up from Monday. I was honestly really concerned about the level of restrictions that were going to come out. And, I know we feel like we want to be out there and support local businesses as much as possible, retail and restaurants especially. Those are the industries that are going to be really highly impacted by the restrictions that are coming down, especially during the holiday season. So whatever we can do to support, as well as, the first responders, medical, et cetera, because they're actually dealing with the influx of patients, everything else. But as far as real estate, like you're saying, Davina, I was actually kind of relieved that there may be some reactions, with the spread of COVID where people may have a little more concern, but we've been operating really safely for a long time now. And the only real restriction comes down to open houses and maybe what we're doing with being open to the public in our offices. So really feel blessed about that. Mm-hmm. And, we just need to make sure we're keeping the good word out there. Steve, you mentioned John L. Scott Convention. This is going to be fantastic. If anybody would like to attend as well, we have a Seth Godin, who is just from Lynchpin Tribes. He's a huge marketing expert, just released a new book as well, is going to be the keynote speaker. It's in the mornings on Tuesday and Wednesday. Anybody would like an invitation, we're going to have also Greg Bell, Watering the Bamboo, Lawrence Yoon, the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, as well as the chief economist for CNBC, Marcy Rossell. So just what's going on with real estate, getting a good, clean picture on it and being able to step forward. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. And, the invitation honestly is open to any real estate professional or anyone that is looking to get into real estate. So if you check either of those boxes, you're a real estate professional, doesn't matter if you're with John L. Scott or any other office, we can actually invite you in as a guest to take part. And also, if you are interested in getting into real estate, we can actually invite you in as a guest, and there's no cost. And usually our conventions are at cost and they're up in Bellevue. Yeah. And there is zero cost to this, and we're still providing the excellent presentations and the value. So once in a lifetime chance, I hope we won't be doing this remotely next year, but please just private message us or text us, and we can get you the link. RSVP you as our guest. So
you said RSVP, yeah, and I started going Aretha Franklin in my mind. So
oh no, I was thinking about Beauty and the Beast. So another thing is in regards to the hospitality industry, and really, really, really want to just encourage everyone to support local business. The restaurants are not shutting down. They're going to drive up, online orders, pick up. And, we went out to a restaurant last night, kind of like as the last hoorah. And we're talking to the manager there, and they said, we are keeping our staff. We just need the business to continue. They're going to be coming out. They're going to be, taking orders. So we just need people to still show up. So just want to put that out there. Yeah.
Don't forget Pierce County. I mean, on top of everything else, when you can get a really good deal, do it, right? Pierce County, at least until they close on Tuesday evening to indoor service, they still are doing 30% off for participating restaurants in Pierce County. It's being supported by the county. whatever your tab is going to be, you're going to get 30% off of it. So check that out. You can go to the Pierce County website to see it. So 2 more days to take advantage of that for sure.
Mm-hmm. But really, really support local in your community. So whether you live in Thurston or Pierce or Grays or Mason or Lewis or King or wherever you
Local
are,
is outside your door.
Yeah, just go and don't use this season as a reason to not get out and bring in, get the takeout, you know. So anyway, just wanted to share that, how important it is. So I think, anything else? I feel like we're missing something. No. Okay.
No, we got there's a lot happening, a lot going on. The the governor's announcement yesterday really could have been, as far as real estate, could have felt more like a break than a potential hesitation. But I think it's good news there. Certainly understand the impacts in some of the other areas. Understand why, the reason for it. So, I mean, we'll do the best we can to help everybody out. If anybody has a real big need to, I mean, reach out to us. If we can, we'll try to get you connected with some help or some services if at all possible. So,
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we are here. We're still in business. We're here to serve. And we appreciate having an opportunity to still do what we do. So,
yeah.
Yes, we are.
All right, guys.
All right, Steve, you want to take us out today?
Yes, I can. All right, you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. We will do this again next Monday, as always. And just look for us. Check us out on our Facebook webpage because we have lots of good stuff coming on also during the week. So appreciate you guys. Love you. If you have any questions regarding real estate, give us a call. We'd be more than happy to help you out. All right, you guys. On 3, big be bold. 1, 2, 3. Be bold.
Bye.
Bye.